All right, y'all, welcome back to Combat Arms channel. Okay, so today we're checking out something that was recommended to me probably over the course of the last 2 years. Not this video specifically, I would say this one was recommended more recently. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting topic, one that I'm not really an expert in, but I can definitely appreciate. So this is about the Royal Marines band. It says specifically the Corps of Drums and then also the Top Secret Drum Corps. So I'm not sure what the distinction is, to be honest. But again, I'm not an expert with this topic, but it is definitely something that I can appreciate as far as the level of discipline that gets involved with stuff like this. Because not only are they playing instruments really well, they're dressed really nicely and professionally, and they're doing all these crazy drill movements while they're doing it. It's sort of like a very disciplined form of entertainment, I will say that. So watching the Marine Corps band play, I was always pretty impressed. It was always kind of cool when they came by. But I'll be honest, I think what we're going to see here is definitely on a level that I haven't seen previously. So I hope you guys are excited. I definitely am. Let's get into it. The setting for this video is pretty intense. I mean, the poor lighting never helps. I think of all the instruments, everybody can kind of appreciate the drums just because it sounds the coolest. I'm not sure how they stack up specifically with like other instruments in terms of difficulty, but everybody can appreciate some drums going, you know, in synchrony and whatnot. So yeah, this is the Top Secret Drum Corps, it looks like. And I gotta say, their uniforms are pretty cool. They have like the Aussie looking slouch hats and whatnot. It's pretty intense rigs right there. Jeez. Dude, I love like these little moments right here where you can like really see the expressions on their face, or I guess, you know, the lack of expression. You can tell how focused they are. But also, I mean, you can imagine they're pretty young. They might also be kind of nervous. Even if they're really like solid at what they do, you know, playing at different crowds might kind of change things up a little bit. Now, I notice they have a few different drumsticks. I mean, I would imagine it's probably just extras if they drop it or something. Or they might be like a different length for whatever reason. Maybe you can do different things with different lengths. I'm not really too sure. I imagine it's just like spares though. Yeah, their uniforms look freaking clean, man. That's cool when they start playing on each other's drums. I think the feathers help too when they're turning and stuff. You can see how in sync they are. All right, getting some of the big boys in. That's the appropriate band term, huh? Yeah, I haven't seen the Marine Corps band play with like this sort of setting. Generally, whenever they come, it's for like a change of command ceremony or something. So they're not really trying to entertain. They're trying to be much more traditional than anything. So going to something like this would be pretty cool. If you guys are drum players, let me know how impressive this is. I mean, it sounds impressive, but I can't get a good appreciation, really. That's cool, though. Now they're just doing, like, stunts. They're just flexing. Keeping the flips in, like, synchrony is pretty freaking cool. Nice. Dude, I gotta say, the feathers really add something. Maybe I'm just like Maybe it's just my Marine brain and I'm just like, oh, I see like this shiny white thing that's just moving around. It's kind of distracting me. It's cool when the crowd gets hyped up. I mean, it's cool they're in a setting where they can do that. Because if it was a change of command, you're not going to be cheering. So cool. Yeah, now all their nerves are gone, so now they're just performing now. I like how the dude at the end is also like, I don't know if they switch up positions ever, but I like how the dude at the end is also doing it. Feels cheated, maybe. It's funny when the people in the other bandmates or whatever are like smiling too. Even they're getting hyped up. There we go. That looks a little bit more familiar. Damn, those uniforms are insane. Super shiny. Damn. Is this like a drum battle? The whole idea of being like in the military and being in the band in the military has always been super confusing to me. I've talked to some members of the Marine Corps band and they literally just sound like civilians. I'm not sure how they get recruited. Obviously, their training pipeline is going to be different because, I mean, they're doing instruments. But I'm not sure how the recruitment actually goes because it seems like it's very, very different from how you would normally picture it. And I'm sure these guys are kind of like on a slightly higher level than the people that I've talked with. But I'm not really too sure how the recruitment process actually looks for these band members, how they sort of do auditions or if they actually just train them up. Because I imagine you need to be pretty skilled to actually go into something like this prior to being in a sort of military role. But yeah, if you guys have any information about that, let us know down below because I think that'd be pretty interesting to hear about. All right. That was pretty cool. You guys definitely seem serious. Like sniffing their drumsticks or something. I had to say it. Damn, their movements are pretty freaking sharp though. I'm trying to like judge them based off of like their movements, but also how good they sound. Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, the other guys are trying to look very stoic and stuff. Jeez. Yeah, you probably won't see the dudes with the helmets doing moves like that, to be honest. Hell yeah, now they're combining forces. It looks like the other dudes, the Corps of Drums guys, it looks like they don't have the extra drumsticks. So that's curious. But their drums definitely look a lot more ornate than the other guys. Yeah. It's so cool. Damn. I'm just looking at all the stuff on their uniforms too. I'm sure there's some like tradition of what all this stuff actually means, but oh, they're not done yet. Hell yeah. Sick. I wonder what this was all for. I mean, it looks like a Royal Marine specific sort of ceremony, but that was freaking awesome. Yeah, so I'm just looking at the uniform. There's a lot going on. I'll say that much. It must be a nightmare to buy the uniform accessories. Well, I just noticed this dude has a lot of freaking medals. And I know the British military doesn't give out a lot of medals like you would see here in the US, but that dude looks like he's pretty stacked. So I'm wondering if he did something prior to the band where he was able to like deploy or maybe just do something to where he got more awards. But yeah, that's something that I noticed. But yeah, they have a lot going on with their uniforms, like all the different lanyards. I noticed that in the back they had something like hanging down, which I thought was like a bugle or something, but I can't really see. I don't think it is. Yeah, there's a lot going on. If you guys, again, if you guys have been in this unit or if you kind of know what the uniforms symbolize, then definitely let us know because, yeah, pretty cool, pretty interesting. I mean, yeah, that was pretty much as dope as I expected it to be. Again, like being in the band and being like proficient at what you're doing is pretty freaking cool. It's really satisfying when a band just sounds awesome, especially when it's like a military band because, I don't know, I feel like I can get a little bit more hyped for it. Generally speaking, it's going to be like pretty boring songs. I know that might sound like heresy to say, but it's gonna be like older traditional songs. But when they get to do stuff like this, it's pretty freaking cool. And I think it's better for them as well because they really get to sort of, I mean, it's fun. It's fun to do something other than like just the, you know, the backing for a traditional song or what have you. But it really allows them to flex their skills. And of course, it is not really like a good recruiting tool, but it is a good like sort of promotional tool for the military in a weird way. It's cool to watch. It's cool to get you hyped up. It's cool to see how professional they can be and how good they can look while actually doing this cool sounding music. But yeah, of course, if you guys have anything to add to the video, let us know down below. If you have any personal experiences as far as like maybe shows that you've went to where these guys were playing, or maybe if you were in these specific units or teams, I don't really know what to call it. If you guys were a part of it, let me know how that is. Especially like the uniforms in and of themselves look like they probably take about 3 hours to perfect. Like I've seen videos where it shows like the old guard, the guard for the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. I've seen videos of them preparing their uniforms and they're very, very strict. And I imagine these guys probably go through a very similar sort of protocol and how they're preparing their uniforms because they look pretty freaking on point. So yeah, I think we could get some pretty interesting insights if we have anybody in the community to provide some context for that. But yeah, this was cool to check out. Thank you again for the awesome recommendations. If you guys have anything to recommend, check in the comment section or head on over to the Discord and recommend it there. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one.